Hello, hello. It's us. It's me, Dan.
And I'm Felicia.
Together.
I can't say my name properly. I have to use the same intonation like when we talk to people, when we talk to kids.
We talk to kids, yes. So hopefully you can hear us and see us. And we are live on stream. And we are here with Necrobarista. Very close to the end, I think. We've got 5 stories to go through here in the basement before we go upstairs. And let's start with the middle one. Cherished Moments, which seems to have Che and Ned. What are you doing? Said Ned. Che spoke without turning his head. Looking at that wall over there. So, nothing. No, said Che. Hey, Joe! Oh yes,
Joe.
Happy Mid-Autumn Festival.
Happy Mooncake Festival!
Yeah. Felicia ate her mooncake already today. She was not very happy with it.
Because it wasn't a traditional mooncake.
Yeah, it wasn't traditional.
I forgot it was Mooncake Festival.
No, said Che. I'm looking at the wall over there. So, nothing. The wall has an interesting texture, said Che. Have you ever noticed that if you stop and stare at something for long enough, it starts to just look like itself? I think you're talking crazy, said Ned. When I was younger, I was in the habit of making comparisons, said Che. I'd see a cloud and say, oh, it looks like a duck, when it looked nothing like a duck. My mind wanted so desperately to connect that feeling of seeing a cloud to something I was familiar with. Now I'm content to just look at a cloud and appreciate it for what it is.
It doesn't need to feel deep anymore, like young people often do.
You're really serious about this, said Ned. You're actually scrutinizing that wall.
Oh, I like mooncake biscuits better than mooncake actually.
The mooncake biscuit in the shape of an arowana.
Yeah,
Oh,
ones that are like the
yeah.
piggy ones, But I ate all way before
I like it.
today.
I like it when the arowana bread has cheese inside. That's pretty good. What?
It's not mooncake.
I know. I didn't say it was a mooncake. It's the bread. It's the bread with the cheese inside.
Stop joining the conversation with wrong things.
Not scrutinizing it, said Che. Just observing it and appreciating it. How'd you get to be this way? Said Ned. Why are you the way you are now? Che shrugged. I realized at a certain point that I might as well cherish every moment. I don't understand you, said Ned. I thought cherish every moment was about spending time with your loved ones, getting the most out of life. Not wasting away staring at a wall. You're right, you don't understand me, said Che.
I understand you, Che, because I'm old.
If the only moments you can cherish are the ones you're with friends or family, or hearing a great song, or having a great meal, that's just cherishing the precious moments. You're selectively choosing moments to cherish. I mean to cherish every moment. Standing in line at the store? Cherish it. Alone in a room with no one but yourself? For company? Cherish it. That sounds impossible, said Ned. It's hard, not impossible, said Che. But it gets easier when you practice. I'm not sure whether to pity you or envy you, said Ned. There you go again, said Che. Always trying to make the comparison. Looking at another person and considering whether to pity them because they're worse off than you, or envy you because they're better off, or envy them because they're better off. Never willing to just let them be what they are and let yourself be what you are. Okay, now you're starting to sound profound. Che grinned. Did I accidentally deliver a bit of cogent wisdom there?
Oh, cogent.
Cogent.
wisdom.
Fuck off, Che. Goddamn smart.
When I'm 2000, I too will use the word cogent, and I'll use it correctly.
Correctly, that's the important part. I can use cogent now.
I shall use cogent tomorrow.
Perfectly cromulent word, after all. You might have, said Ned. I think if there's anyone who ought to appreciate what I'm saying, it's you, said Che. You probably know better than most folks that not every day can be full of wonderful moments. Some days are just ordinary. Some days you've got little beyond your own thoughts for company. I guess I'm such good friends with my own thoughts that I forgot they were there, said Ned. Ned slumped next to Che. What are you doing? Said Che. I'm going to stare at this wall until it starts looking like itself, said Ned.
Aww.
There you go again, said Che. Looking at something with an expectation of what it's going to look like.
You just told him!
You've got to let go of that, man. Fuck! Now you've got me thinking about my own brain. This is like one of those things where someone tells you not to think of an elephant and then it becomes impossible not to. Inception. I wasn't kidding when I said it was hard, said Che. I also wasn't kidding when I said it gets easier with practice. Well then, said Ned. I guess I may as well start now. And that's it. That's a
I
nice
like
story.
this.
Yeah, that was a
Yeah.
good story.
It's also true.
Yeah. Alright, over here. Yeah, there it is. Judgment 2, which I should be also Che and Ned, actually. But more serious. This was, if you remember, in the very first part, the very first time we did this, we had the first part, yeah. Ned leaned with his back against the counter, resting both his elbows on the surface behind him. I'd appreciate it if you wouldn't lean on my counter, said Maddie. Your counter? Yes, it is my counter, said Maddie. So please don't lean on it. Ned laughed. People lean on this counter all the time. Customers lean on this counter. You're not a customer. What if I ask for a drink? Then am I a customer? We reserve the right to refuse service to anyone, so no, simply requesting a drink would not make you a customer. A man with long, thin arms approached the counter. Can I get 2 lattes, 1 vanilla, and 1 with soy milk? You got it, said Maddie. We'll have that right out for you. Thanks, said the thin man, who took a seat at the table near the entrance. Excuse me. Maddie preoccupied herself with making the drink. Hey, Che, said Ned. Che looked up. Hmm? Do you ever feel like what you all do here is insignificant? Said Ned. Running the terminal? Making drinks, said Ned. You know, there's more to life than creature comforts. I enjoy coffee as much as the next guy, but it's not good to get too pampered. I'm not sure that enjoying a nice drink is what I'd call pampering, said Che. But if I had my choice between a pampered life and an unpampered one, I'd definitely pick the former.
Me too.
I mean, who wouldn't? Yeah. I say that as someone who's known what it's like to lead an unpampered life. Suppose so, said Ned. I just think that overindulging in creature comforts will be the downfall of civilization. Not that I'd have a problem with that. Civilization is pretty overrated as it is. See, things like this is making me want to punch Ned in the face, even though he's wearing a metal helmet and I'd hurt my hand. I don't think that lattes are fueling a collapse of society, said Che. One might even say that the ability to walk into a cafe, ask for a drink, and have it made to order is civilization. You know what it's like to live in a world without air conditioning, said Ned. So do I, shouted Maddie from across the room. Wasn't talking to you, said Ned. And no, living in an apartment with no AC is not the same as living in a world without air conditioning. Because when you lay in bed at night, you know at any time you could go out and buy a window unit. Not sure what your point is, said Che. Also, that's not true, because if you're poor, you can't just go out and buy a window unit. It's, you know, ACs can be expensive.
Also, if you live in a world without air conditioning, then you
don't
will
know what you're
know
missing.
What air conditioning is. Yeah.
You don't. It's
What
it's
is your
life.
point, Ned?
Yeah, Ned, you're losing the plot here, Ned. I got respect for you last episode, but you're losing it real fast. Of course you don't, said Ned. Neither did the Romans. That didn't stop them from getting invaded.
What?
What the fuck are you talking about, Ned?
He's talking like someone commenting on a Facebook post.
You're right. I know you're not that old, said Che. Don't have to be old when you've got books, said Ned. And these books had a chapter about how the Romans were caught completely unaware in air-conditioned cafes while sipping lattes as the invaders came to destroy their way of life. Precisely, said Ned. I see what he's... Okay, I understand what point he's trying to make now. The Romans had civilization, and the Romans got sacked by, quote-unquote, savages and barbarians, quote-unquote. They were sitting indoors with the windows closed and couldn't hear the barbarians streaming into their lands. One moment, you're sitting down in a recliner, and the next you got a spear through your chest. Che raised his eyebrows in a way that gave the impression of someone who had just rolled his eyes without wanting to invest the effort of having to roll his eyes.
That's so good!
That's pretty good.
Arrgh.
Yeah. I think I'll take the recliner, and when I wind up with a spear in my chest, you can come and laugh at me, said Che. Sure, said Ned. Like I said, I've got no dog in this fight. I'm not offering advice, just judgment.
That's even worse.
You can go on doing whatever you want, and I'll keep thinking less of you for it. Fuck off, Ned. Che glared at Ned. Said Ned. Not that I judge you. You know what it's like to have a hard life. I'll here watch all your playthroughs and record all the stories so I can read them again. Yeah, quite good.
Us too, I think. I think I'm going to transcribe it in a vast amount of free time.
You know what it's like to have a hard life. I can tell from the calluses on your hands. You don't get those by accident. Ned lowered his voice and glanced at Maddie. But you and I both know that kids these days... Che grabbed Ned by the scruff of the neck and jerked him violently before softly speaking directly into his ear. Don't ever try and judge her, Ned. You don't know the first thing about what she's been through. Che let go of Ned's collar, but not before giving him a violent tug. Fine, I get it. You're protective, said Ned. But not everyone here is like your little protege. like Mr. Scrawny over there. He jerked his thumb in the direction of the thin-armed man who was awaiting his lattes. Same thing goes for him, said Che. What do you know about what he's been through? Who are you to judge? Ned raised his hands defensively. I'm just saying, times aren't what they used to be. You're right, times aren't what they used to be, said Che. And do you know what I've learned from being around for quite a while? It doesn't get easier. I get stronger, but life doesn't get easier. So kindly fuck off with any of your kids these days bullshit. Yeah, Che.
I get stronger, but life doesn't get easier.
Yeah.
I want to write that down.
Sheesh, said Ned. Alright, let me go back, sorry. So you can, oops.
No, I just
I get stronger, but
I'm just going to take a squeak, right?
go for it. I guess I can do that too. I have that. I have that ability. So kindly fuck off with any of your kids these days bullshit. Sheesh, said Ned. You know, as old souls go, you're no fun to commiserate with. Sorry to be a disappointment, said Che. He stood up and started to walk away. It's odd, said Ned, not looking up. Che stopped and turned to him. What is? To see you give so much of a fuck, said Ned. I thought you had no fucks left to give. I've fucks left to give, but they're not as plentiful as they used to be, said Che. It's pretty good. So I have to save them for the things I care a lot about. I was just bullshitting, you know, said Ned. Taking the piss out of everyone is supposed to be a recreational pastime. I was just working with the material in front of me. You're right about one thing, said Che. About our society being overrun with invaders who destroy our way of life. That's quite an about face. Che placed an arm around Ned and pointed at Maddie. Invader. He pointed at two 20-somethings chatting in the corner. Invaders. He pointed at an Ashland scuttling across the floor. Tools of the invaders. The world used to belong to the likes of you and me, and now it doesn't. Every generation, a new generation comes, bringing their new ways with them, invading our world. Folks like you and I, we're the ones who have to worry about being caught unawares, because pretty soon the world is going to belong to people like them. In fact, I think that day may have already come, and we just haven't realized it yet.
When you realize it, you just have to let it go.
Yeah, you just have to be like, yeah, you know what? I'm going to retreat. I'm going to play my video games. I'm going to read my books, read my comics, watch my movies.
I'm okay being irrelevant.
All right, yeah. I don't need to let somebody else rule / change the world. I did what I could the time I had.
You fought the good fight.
I fought the good fight. And, you know, it's time for somebody else to pick it up.
He's just saying this because he's getting his PS5 tomorrow.
Our PS5.
It's true.
Cripes, said Ned. You make it sound so apocalyptic. Funny, said Che. I thought I was being optimistic. Yeah. Wow, Che's killing it in these stories.
Damn you, writer!
Fucking hell. Alright, we have 2 more down here. Oh, yeah, there.
I do think it's very true though. At some point, you know, the world doesn't belong to you anymore.
Yeah. Frankly, and I'm not that old, right? I'm 37? 38. I'm 38. For a long time, I thought I was 39. I'm 38. And I already think a lot of the world, because technology moves so fast, right? There's so much stuff that I just don't quite understand. Like, I understand TikTok, but I don't understand TikTok, right? Like, I don't get it. I understand how it works. I understand what people use it for, but I don't get it. I want longer form stuff. I don't want short stuff, right? But people want short stuff, and that's fine. But I want longer stuff. I want long posts. I want to go back to the days of the LiveJournal blogs where you read like an entire essay. You know, and of course we still have that. That is, you're right. A lot of people were saying, like, I remember Felicia was complaining about how kids were like, you guys don't even know blogs. Blogs is the new way to go. And I'm like, my dude, we invented blogs.
Literally live journal, man.
Yeah.
Now we sound like old people complaining about young people.
Get off my lawn! What the hell's going on down here? Oh yeah, this is the knife fight one. So I think Maddie. As Maddie descended the stairs, the huddle broke, revealing a girl sitting on the floor, looking dazed. The man leaning over her spoke. Beth, are you? I'm fine, said Beth, swinging her arms around, clearly only barely aware of her surroundings, but aware enough that she didn't want to give off the appearance of not being completely in control of the situation she was in. Maddie got down on the floor next to her. You're bleeding. Beth touched the back of her head, then looked down at the pool of blood. Sorry, I must have fallen and hit my head. Yeah, she did. She wanted to avoid
For a split second, I forgot. I thought it was like this is a dream kind of thing, and I was gonna get angry.
No. She fell over, and she fell in such a way so she wouldn't stab the guy that she was fighting with. She like turned her body or something, and she hit her head. Yeah. Sorry, I must have fallen and hit my head. Maddie looked up. You, big guy. Go upstairs and ask Che for an ice pack. She helped Beth sit up. You can see okay? Yeah, said Beth. Just a little dizzy. Maddie inspected the wound on the back of her head. Doesn't look deep, just broke the skin. Good news, kid. No permanent brain damage for you today. Beth apparently had enough control of her senses to roll her eyes. Lucky me. Of course, I'm questioning whether you weren't already brain damaged because I'm guessing those 2 knives on the floor have something to do with your present condition. Maddie looked up at several members of the crowd that were sitting by, nervously and passively watching. Am I wrong? She paused. I'm not hearing any denials. Come on, people. 2 actual rules, and you managed to break both of them in one night. The man Maddie had sent upstairs came back down with an ice pack she had requested. Chase said he can bring first aid if... Not necessary, said Maddie. Here, she said, handing the ice pack to Beth. Hold that against the back of your head. I'm not sure if it does anything to blood flow, but it'll at least numb the area. Why would I want to be numb? Better than being in pain, said Maddie. Then again, I am talking to someone who just decided that a fun way to spend an evening would be trying to avoid the wrong end of a steak knife. Maddie scanned the rest of the group. Anyone else have any wounds? Don't hide them if you do. It's just me, said Beth. No one even got cut. No one's going to get cut, said Maddie, looking up and speaking to the crowd. Come on, people. I don't care who you are, as long as you're here, you have real blood. I can't have you bleeding all over my floor. You can't just wash bloodstains out of a wood floor. True story. Maddie pointed to the staircase. I think you all should find something else to do. You can stick around upstairs, but if you cause any trouble, we do have ways of removing you, and no one wants that. Some of you, this might be your last night here. Don't force us to put it to a swift end. Everyone shuffled toward the staircase, including Beth, who had managed to stand up. Maddie grabbed her by the arm. Not you. You're not moving until that wound on the back of your head stops bleeding. It already has, said Beth. Let me see, said Maddie, examining the wound. Sit back down. Beth obeyed and took a seat cross-legged on the floor. Maddie crouched next to her and began cleaning and dressing the wound. Why do you do this? Said Maddie. Beth countered Maddie's question with one of her own. Why do you have a fight club that's so formalized that there are rules posted on the wall? I understand why people do it in general, said Maddie. People spend time without a physical body, and when they get it back, they want an adrenaline rush.
Oh.
They want some kind of thrill.
Oh.
I guess they get bodies in the terminal, as opposed to being a shade out in the real world. That's my assumption.
Don't know.
They want some kind of thrill. What I want to know is, why you? Why does a girl who looks like she can't be older than 16 years old want to get into blood sports? You don't know what it's like, said Beth. I know what it's like to be a teenage girl, said Maddie. But I never felt the urge to start getting into fights with men twice my size. Beth turned away. You don't know what it's like to want to feel something, said Beth. To feel so numb that you want to cry and then be unable to cry. You just feel nothing. That's what it's been like for me. I just wanted to feel something. I just wanted to feel like I was alive for a change. Spoiling for a dose of pain to escape the numbness, said Maddie. I'd agree if you didn't say it condescendingly like that. Getting punched not enough pain for you. I wanted it to feel real, said Beth. Beth looked at the ice pack and felt the back of her head, which seemed to have stopped bleeding. You want to know the truth? I wanted this to happen. That's why I came here. Maddie shook her head. I can't empathize. It's clear that I've never gone through what you have. So, in the absence of empathy, the best I can offer you is my sympathy. Are you done bleeding? Have you gotten your fill of thrills? Yes to both, said Beth. You'll probably be fine without a bandage, said Maddie. You're lucky it was only this bad. You can stick around if you want to, but try not to do anything too physical. I wouldn't want you to open up that wound and start bleeding everywhere. I think I've had enough for one night, said Beth. I'll see myself out. If you're ready to go, then go, said Maddie. But I don't want to feel like I'm chasing you out. Beth followed Maddie upstairs. Kyle was waiting for them by the bar. Beth, he said. I'm sorry about the whole, Don't be, said Beth. I had a lot of fun tonight. Me too, said Kyle. You really had me on the ropes toward the end. In fact, I feel like I couldn't leave this world on a better note. I just thought I'd stick around to see if you were okay. I was just about to leave too, said Beth. You want to leave together? I'm curious about how, well, things work. Sure, said Kyle. The two fighters walked to the door of the cafe and walked down the catwalk toward the terminal exit. You're a real fighter, said Kyle. Thanks, said Beth, politely responding to his compliment. Not like me, I mean, said Kyle. You really know what you're doing. Beth smiled. Kyle wasn't praising her just to praise her. He had actually noticed her skill. Where'd you learn to fight like that? He said. Beating people like you, said Beth. Ah, said Kyle. I guess I'm just the last in a long line of guys who have no idea what they were doing. Hopefully not the last, said Beth. They reached the end of the terminal and Kyle got ready to step out. Hold on, said Beth. Shall we do this together? Kyle blinked. Sure. All right, on three, she said. 1, 2. On three, they both stepped over the threshold. Beth stumbled onto the street and looked around her. Kyle was nowhere to be seen, somehow vanished from existence. Beth looked over her shoulder through the still open door and paused a moment before pulling out her phone to call for a ride. Beth was alive, Kyle was not. Alright, and that's the end of that.
Oh, they leave enough so that I want to know why
More,
Beth
right?
is
Why Beth is like
the
this.
way she is.
Because she's still alive.
Yeah.
Alright.
I mean, this is like a masterclass in writing.
Sometimes I just sit. They're really good short stories.
Yeah.
They're really good short stories.
You need the context of the... Actually, you know what? You don't even need the context of the terminal and,
I mean,
Necrobarista.
some of them I think, but not all of them, yeah.
You want me to read?
Oh, no, I'm okay.
Okay.
Che came down the stairs and noticed that Kishan was still seated at the counter, staring into a glass of something. It was a mixed drink of some kind, but it didn't look like coffee to Che. You mind company? Said Che, leaning on the seat next to Kishan. By all means, said Kishan. I don't see anyone else using that seat. Well, you might have been using it, said Che, as a buffer. I'm not looking for conversation, said Kishan. But I'm not really looking to avoid it either. That makes two of us, said Che. He leaned across the counter and reached down, locating a cup and a bottle purely by touch from a familiar nook in the bar. He poured himself a finger of whiskey, just enough to warm his tongue. Man, I wish I could drink whiskey.
I wish I could drink.
Kishan continued staring into his own drink, his expression unwavering. Che shrugged and sampled his own drink, feeling the warmth of the drink as the whiskey spread across his tongue and trickled down his throat. He set the glass down. The next few moments passed in silence as Kishan continued staring into his own glass, and Che absently turned his empty glass on the counter. Kishan finally broke the silence. If you're waiting for me to finish off this drink so you can offer me some of whatever that is, you might be waiting a long time, said Kishan. I wouldn't offer you this, said Che. It's a special bottle, older than I am. Something like that ought to be kept in private, don't you think? Said Kishan. Che shrugged. I have no problem letting people sample it if they want. This bottle has a way of never running empty. But a whiskey like this, you don't get it just by sitting there passively. You have to at least take the step of asking for it. Because it only gives when people are expecting to get. If I offer, it won't work. Huh. It sounds like you have a bottle that is in the business of filling people's subconscious prophecies, said Kishan. That does seem to be the case, said Che. I'm trying to think about it. Bad juju. Juju? Is that a real thing here? As real a thing here as it is anywhere, said Che. Kishan looked contemplative for a moment. If the bottle is in the business of fulfilling people's expectations, what happens if I expect you to pour me a drink and find the bottle empty? Don't, said Che, cutting him off. Don't even get me thinking about it. Because if I start thinking about it, it might happen. I've got a good thing going here. Don't jinx it. Alright, said Kishan. Sorry if I messed with your mojo. Or juju, or whatever it is. I didn't mean to break anything. It's not as fragile as that, said Che. This isn't the first time I've had this conversation. Just, why play with fire if you don't have to, you know? I think I will have some of that whiskey, said Kishan. Lord knows I'm not making any progress with this. He looked at the drink in front of him and pushed it aside. Che smiled and reached behind the counter for another glass, pouring a single finger for Kishan. Kishan took a sip. That's smooth, he said. I know, said Che. They don't make him like they used to. Well, they do, but they'll take a few more decades to get there. Kishan cleared his throat and started coughing. He pounded his chest with his fist and let out a wheeze before settling down. You alright? Said Che. Yeah, said Kishan. I think I'm alright. Whatever rut Kishan had been in, when he sat down, he seemed to be out of it by now. There was something about that dry whiskey that had a way of catching people's throats by surprise, and there was something about a coughing fit that had a way of getting butterflies out of the stomach. Maybe it wasn't much, but it was something. Che smiled as he put away the bottle, giving it an affectionate pat as he set it down. One less case of post-mortem depression in the world. Good job, Pappy.
Postmortem depression.
Yeah. Alright. That's that story. We have one more story at the top of the stairs that will let us exit the area. There you go. Who wants to live forever?
Sure, you okay to go?
Alright, you can do this one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Your voice sounds a little bit hoarse.
Yeah, I need some water.
Espresso?
Espresso, really? Alright, give it back.
Espresso machine. Espresso machine's acting up again. Maddie sighed. Why does it have to be like this? It doesn't have to be like this, said Che. You're right, said Maddie. It wasn't always like this. If you travel back in time far enough, you'll find an era where we have a working espresso machine. And if you travel even further back, you'll get to a time when espresso machines didn't exist, said Che. Now I can't say espresso properly. Maddie reached below the counter for the bottle of Chardonnay she had opened that morning. It was half empty.
Mm-hmm.
Is this a prelude to one of those moments when an old man tells me about how lucky we are to have things so easy? Nah, said Che. Things aren't easier. In fact, they're harder. That's why you need all the modern technology to help you deal with them. Screen grab.
That button right there.
Yep.
There you go.
It's true. I want to live a life where I only need my Hobonichi notebook to organize everything. Che nodded to the wine bottle in Maddie's hand. So, are you gonna offer me some of that, or just keep squeezing its neck like you're trying to choke it? Maddie began pouring a drink for Che. So what were things like back in the old days? Well, for one thing, we didn't need glasses back then. Glasses are not a new invention, old man. I seen pictures of Benjamin Franklin. Well, yeah, we had glasses back then, but we didn't use them. We drank straight from the bottle. Ha ha. Not really, said Che. Glasses are just one more thing to keep track of, one more thing to clean. It's much easier to just pass a bottle back and forth. That may be the case, said Maddie, but I'm sure our patrons appreciate the extra effort that goes into making sure they're always drinking from clean glasses. I'm sure they do, said Che. That's another thing that's changed. Everyone's a connoisseur of what they're drinking. Is that your finger wagging about how young people all have particular tastes? No, said Che. At least I don't think it is. I guess people are all enjoying this present moment more. Back when we drank sock juice, you were just doing whatever it took to get that stimulant into your bloodstream. Ditto for most depressants. Do I want to know what sock juice is? Said Maddie. Because I'm fairly certain I don't. We didn't have coffee filters back then, said Che.
Yep.
So you used a sock instead. Don't worry, we always use clean socks whenever they were available. Maddie closed her eyes, looking physically ill.
They still use socks here in Singapore. Not actual socks, but yeah.
Yeah, for our coffee and stuff, right?
Not actual socks, but it's a sock-looking thing. That they use.
Filters.
Yeah.
You were saying something about people enjoying the present moment before that thoroughly awful digression about how you make coffee. Yeah, said Che. I know there's this stereotype about how in modern society no one is ever really present, but if anything, I feel like it's the other way around. Nowadays, people are all about enjoying the present moment. People used to be way more obsessed about where they were going, as in where they were migrating to. In a manner of speaking, said Che. Let's just say I'm amazed by how few people these days coming here asking questions about heaven and hell. 100 years ago, if you caught someone on the way out of this world, the first thing they wanted to know was, which place is this? And after they found out they were on a temporary stop to the next place, they want to know where it was they were going. There's still plenty of that, said Maddie. Yeah, but a lot less of it, said Che. And you know, I don't think it's a case of people's priorities suddenly changing once they found themselves standing on the precipice. They were people who used to describe themselves as God-fearing. It was just a part of life. And now it's not. He shrugged. I guess people found more important things to worry about. There wasn't a lot to hold on back then.
There wasn't a lot going on.
There wasn't a lot going on back then. He took a sip of Chardonnay.
Yeah.
Good thing I'm going to live forever. Would you go to hell? Hell yes, said Che. I've done way too much sinning to ever make it into heaven. You've done more good than ill for the world, said Maddie. I'm pretty sure that balances it out. You probably have a positive balance. Nah, said Che. I don't think it works like that. I'm pretty sure I'm just a bad person who happens to do good things most of the time.
How does that work?
Sounds like a space western character. Right?
Like the Firefly crew.
Yeah. So like some of them are bad people and then they do good things.
Well, there's only one actual bad person in the Firefly crew. Everybody else is pretty good.
Or like it's like an anti-hero, right?
Yeah. I guess the Punisher, right? Punisher's a bad person who does, well, I don't know if he does good things. He does things that I guess have a net good. I don't know. It's hard to say, right?
It also depends on who and what he's doing for whom.
Yeah, I mean he's. I don't know. Like, I don't know. It's yeah. I don't know.
Well, it might not be good enough for heaven, but it's good enough for me, said Maddie. So I guess it's a good thing that you're going to live forever. And that's it. Be to return, right?
Yep. Alright. These are our 5 stories. Now we're going back to the main story.
It seems like we still have a lot to discover for the main story to end.
Don't think so. Ooh. Oh,
like what's going to happen to Che?
Well, we're going to find out, I think. And I think this is it. What's this door? Oh, we don't have that door yet. Oh, this door. Oh, why can't we go in here? We never actually found the kitchen, huh?
That one they said we needed a special thing, right?
It's there we go. Let's continue the story. Yes. See how many great expressions and faces we get today that I can then save. Could start making memes out of it.
Maybe we can converse entirely in Necrobarista digital
Stills.
stickers and not have to speak words ever
Whoa,
again.
who's that?
It's Maddie.
Oh, it's Maddie. This is on you. But this is from the beginning as well. This scene, yeah.
I wonder if Maddie has special powers or something.
Oh,
Because
she's a necromancer.
Yeah. So does she actually have magic, or is it just like science?
I mean, I think it's a bit of both. And you should have seen this all coming. Oh, yeah, this is definitely from the beginning. And we saw a glimpse of this. Episode 7, Ghost.
So Che's been hanging around for how long now?
Yeah.
And
Day
how
3,
bad does it
7
feel,
a.m.
Remember?
The terminal. This never gets old. You know? I wondered for a long time how I would feel if I never got old. And then I tried it out. And I got old anyway. There's probably a moral in that story somewhere. When did we ever have time for morals anyway? You're a Hellion, you know that? Even the mild-mannered can raise hell under the right circumstances. It's weird to think that you used to just be a mild-mannered student. I was just better at biting my tongue. Ha. If anything, I just hope that I was able to make your life a little more interesting. We've had a pretty good run, mate.
Aww.
I don't want you to feel like I wasted my time on you, or that having you in my life hasn't been an absolute bloody privilege. Can we do this later? Of course. I reckon I see someone walking over. Can you get the machine ready? If there was ever a moment when Maddie hoped the machine would fail her, it's now. Yeah.
So, Che and Kishan both have that necklace.
Which necklace?
The necklace with the little long rectangular
Oh, I didn't notice.
thing.
Let's make some fucking coffee.
I wonder if that's a dead person.
Maybe. I didn't notice it, but yeah, maybe.
See, he also has the necklace.
He's had it the whole time. Yeah?
I don't know.
Here you go. Again, sorry for the wait. Thanks. If it were anywhere else, I'd just not come back. But the beans. And I promise it won't happen again. Thanks for your patience. Who are you talking to? How long was I staring at the wall? 15 minutes by my reckoning. Chay's method of reckoning might mostly be based on hunches, but his hunches are formed by more experience than you can fit into most science textbooks. What the hell? I came inside from sweeping up front and just saw you staring blankly into your mug while that customer was just standing there. They were being very patient. I have no idea how that happened. My foot started falling asleep.
Oh, no.
It's alright. I have no idea how that happened. I feel terrible? It's no biggie. Like you told me the other day, our roasts are iconic enough that we can afford to get away with stuff like that once in a while. Well, yeah, but the context of that conversation was that we just fought off dozens of Ashlings that didn't believe us. How did Ashley even find the time to make that many of them?
because kids have more time than old people,
We told
but in
them
a
we weren't
magical way.
When we told them we weren't rabies, that's pretty funny. Yeah. We probably shouldn't let that happen again. Trust me, it's not on the agenda. But like I was saying, people love this place. Even if they sometimes have to wait 15 minutes for the barista to stop hyper-focusing on her coffee. Yeah, I don't know. That isn't meant to happen. How long have you been awake?
3 days.
I think maybe 3 days? Good lord. That's bad, yeah? Yeah, it's fucking bad. I'm honestly amazed you're not seeing things. Well, I'm hallucinating hardcore. No worries there. Also, I keep seeing faces in coffees. They say anything interesting? Nothing but echoes of my internal monologue. There's a lot of room in Maddie's head for those ideas to bounce around and revisit her. More espresso equals less depresso. I'm sure it's a fun time. It's a blast. I once spent 4 or 5 days? No, a whole week because you were gone. I did a whole week with very little sleep, but I did sleep in between.
As
But
long
it was
as
like-
you get like half an hour.
Yeah, I only got I got more than that. I got like 2 or 3 hours a night.
As long, and I think like as long as every few days you fall into REM sleep, then you
Oh.
don't go crazy. But you must hit REM sleep. If you don't have REM sleep,
Yeah.
then that's when things get wonky.
But yeah, I was really fucking tired, obviously. But I could only manage to sleep like 2-3 hours a night. I don't like being alone. It's a blast. At least your hands don't need to be too steady to make coffee. See, I wouldn't necessarily agree with that. Shh.
It's a good face.
That is a good face. Anyway, speaking of coffee, you should make some. I'm already like 15 shots deep, man.
Where's Ashley?
I think I'll die if I have any more. No, Maddie. I'm saying you have a job to do. Sorry, I feel like you're trying to lead me into some sort of conclusion here, but sigh. For the customer right here, who I assume is wanting a coffee. Oh, shit. My bad. Haven't slept for. What can we get you? 1 latte, 1 soy flat white. Soy. Oh wait, that was a keyword. My bad. Simple things can sometimes pull you back down to earth. At the very least, they're a reason you miss having both feet on the ground. Sure thing. Feel free to take a seat. We'll bring them over. Man. Yep. 15 shots though? Really? Because just saying, at some point we're going to hit a lethal dose. You're going to hit a lethal dose. I have some insane tolerance happening here. There are some things that Maddie has a hard time tolerating. Caffeine isn't one of them. That's fun. I take the joke too. That's very fun. I think. I hope. Right. Well, I respect your right to make a complete idiot out of yourself and die in the process. I'd be a hypocrite if I didn't. Ha. I can't believe everyone's going to know me as the person who killed her boss in a botched necromancy attempt.
Oh?
The only thing worse than getting caught practicing necromancy is getting caught failing in necromancy. Oh, is that what happened? You know? That's hella street rep right there. Council's gonna be too afraid of me to screw with me. I don't think they're too intimidated by you, fortunately. Damn it. Let's not worry about that for now, though. What should I worry about instead? Nothing? Buddy. I tried. Hey, actually. Where's Ashley? Sleeping upstairs. We're not going to get much out of her for a few hours at least. And Keyshawn's gone off somewhere in the terminal with Ned. They're around. Somewhere. Good that Ashley's getting some sleep, though. Imagine if you did that. I'll sleep when I'm dead. Uh-huh. But also, she's okay, right? Yep. Just need some rest and maybe a few days of tapering off caffeine. Oh. She's gonna be cranky. As a mule. Well, I have that to look forward to. I'm sure it'll be plenty of fun. What can we get you? What roast do you have today? Ah, let me see. We've got your standards. Espresso, Italian, city. No, I'm looking for something fancy. Fancy, you say? What do you have in mind? I don't know. Something new, different, special, artisanal.
Oh.
Artisanal, sorry. Not artisanable. Is that how you spell artisanal? I thought that was
Artisanal.
no E, right?
Yeah.
Artisanal.
Artisanally.
Psst, Maddie. What? In English, that word translates to artisanal.
Yeah.
Oh! Okay, so it must be like a French person. Artisanal. Thanks. Anytime, mate. We got a pretty nice house roast that you might like. What else can you call coffee that feels like home? The beans are sourced from a faraway land, enchanted with subtle magics. What land? Tell me. They're from Brisbane. What else? I'll give you our secret blend if you stop holding up the line. Ack!
Oh.
I'll take it. Go sit down. I'll bring it over to you. What were you going to give him? I was just going to take a blowtorch to some espresso. For the culture consumer who can truly appreciate espresso brulee. Come on, Maddie. What? Don't be ridiculous. I don't know what you mean. I mean that it's a waste of time for you to do that when you've got people to serve. Ah. I'll be right back. Day 3, 10:45 a.m. The terminal.
Should Maddie really be drinking more coffee?
God, you weren't kidding. This is awful. How are you able to drink that without your entire face crumbling into dust? It's so dry that I'd give Antarctica a run for its money. That it'd give Antarctica a run for its money. Antarctica. Antarctica. Antarctica.
It's an art for ant.
Antarctica. Yes. Antarctica is a desert. Technically. She's not wrong. Shut up. Okay. I find it drinkable because it reminds me of good times. Drinkable feels like it should rank right up there with passable for type of compliments. What? It's thoroughly shithouse. It reminds me of lost loves. It's very worrying to me that this concentrated bin juice reminds you of a relationship. Oh, if only Maddie knew just how many hearts Che has had to break and how many times he's had to steal his own.
Oh.
Oh, I've told you about her. Wait. You're not talking about... Yep, the fugitive. Oh, yeah.
Ooh.
Putting it charitably, there are probably some other words that could describe her. The one who I took in for a few months. I thought you liked her. I did. The taste reminds me of her because it's smoky. Like licking a friggin' tailpipe. and has vague hints of iron. I have concerns, Che. Never thought I'd have a succubus drop by, to be honest.
Oh, it's a succubus.
Yeah. Succubuses, actually, are fabled for going after sleeping victims, but most of them have the decency to wake you up and ask permission first. Good. Because consent is important. Wait, you never told me she was a succubus. Didn't I? Well, I suppose it would have been inappropriate to mention that in front of Ashley. Oh yeah, her head would definitely explode. Her head would definitely explode. But yes, she was a succubus. I wouldn't have ever expected a cute demon to crash at my bar, but ended up having a wonderful, if short-lived, relationship. Flings can cram a lot of passion to a few days. Some people think that kind of passion density shouldn't be possible. Attempt one at your own peril. It's like a black hole. Flings are like the black hole of love, of passion, of desire. put that in books. A good one.
Sherlock's son.
Probably not Sherlock's Son. No. Probably not Sherlock's Son.
Mom could say it.
I'll
to
give
Dad.
it to you for the thing that you write.
Mom could say,
Oh,
or Dad and Mom could say,
yeah.
they're talking about like a drama that they're watching, like a telenovela.
Alright, that's a good
And
idea.
then, and then all the kids would be like, ew.
Yeah. That's not a bad idea. That's not a bad idea. Alright, we might put this in Sherlock's Son. You heard it here first.
No, the new series they were everything.
Oh, yeah. Shh. Nothing? Nothing.
The new series they were not right.
Okay, we're not ready. That's actually really sweet. Hey. Yeah. Still weird that the coffee reminds you of her. But I've heard weirder things. If you don't have an appetite for the unusual, the terminal is a bad place to find a full-time job. If I explained it to you, your head would explode too. Well, you mentioned tailpipes. Oh, Che! Che! You dirty dog. Yeah.
And he's like,
well, that's not break time over.
that's a face.
Time to get back to work, working in a cafe, doing barista things.
Good job.
I'm gonna go perform some barista-related activity, and you are welcome to join me, I guess. Really good stuff. Hooray! Don't forget to water the plants.
I wonder why they made the choice of giving him black hair, not like grey hair or something.
So he still looks young? Water them yourself.
But then people say he looks about 60.
It's your job. Busy. Goodbye.
Not thinking about tailpipes.
Not thinking about smoky tailpipes.
Nope.
Nope. Stands up. I am noping the hell out of this conversation. Hey! It's our Ashlings. Are we seriously here just so we can be part of a robot fight club?
Yes.
For real?
Lovelace, Jaundice,
Jacoby.
Kepler.
Jacoby.
Jacoby.
And Kepler.
2 out of 3. No.
Is this why I was raised from the dead and sealed in a metal shell? Your shell is not metal, my dude. Is that the only reason? Guys, I'm freaking out.
He's a bottle and a milk carton.
Yeah, he's a glass bottle, he's a milk carton,
milk-
and he's a carton
yeah.
carton. Yeah.
He's
Why
a
aren't you saying
Meiji milk
anything?
bottle.
Yeah, he's a plastic.
Yeah.
Why aren't you saying anything? Guys. Here's his face. Egg puns. What? Egg puns? Right? I should post one of them. Seriously? Is this not a big deal to you? Nah. We only fight if we want to. And it's all in good fun. You're really endorsing capturing creatures and forcing them to fight one another. Sure, why not? It's not like we really have the capacity to get injured or bleed. Ethics, schmethics. Wait, ethics, schmethics. There you go. Unbelievable. You two are unbelievable. Eh. Hey, is that the sound of someone calling us? I think it might be. Duty calls and all that. Toodles. That was a weird intermission.
Yeah. I wonder, like, what the point of them is, like, just like comic relief.
Well, they were, I mean, but also they were, like, at the beginning anyway, they kind of functioned like a Greek chorus where they were, like, commenting on what was happening. But this last one was just nonsense, yeah. It's going, it just,
okay.
Yeah, it takes a bit. Don't forget to water the plants.
Oh no, is he telling her what to do when he's
Oh.
not around? Oh,
Oh! Wait,
another one?
I thought we were done with it. Wait, where am I?
You're on the
I'm
second
upstairs.
level. Yeah. Oh, are we done?
I don't think so. Keep the... Yeah, I did that one already. Yeah, we've been up here before. So we did all
Is
these
there
stories.
another door on the other side?
They would have put us behind it. Oh, this is the dartboard.
Is it now we have
Oh,
no
there's
choice
nothing there,
but to do the... Or maybe there's new ones.
Maybe. There's
So
nothing
keep the balance, is it
balance.
old or new?
Pretty sure we did keep, because I can walk downstairs. Yeah, before
Oh.
like it would have stopped us. But and then here is the first part of the billiards part 1.
There's a door to the right.
Oh, there's this one.
To the
We
right.
did delicate operation. Yeah. This
The
one is
fish.
it? Can't remember. Oh, have we been in here?
Don't know. There was a door to the right of the fish as well.
Okay.
Oh.
Oh, we have been in
big-
here. Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. If you go out.
Maybe it's just like a last stop just in case. To the right of the fish is no door. The fisherman too. There's no door here. What are you talking about? It's just
Oh, I guess it's not door.
yeah. I guess maybe it's just like the last chance to like do these stories. Maybe.
Maybe.
I don't know. Yeah, but yeah, we did them all, and I know we did them all because if you go to memories here, you will see that they are now all unlocked. So Fisherman 1, 2, 3, Crucible product review, Ashley's Journal 1 and 2, Judgment 1 and 2, Leamington recipe, thinking about something, Delicate operation, Billiards 1, 2, 3, Maddie's inbox, Advisory roll, Beth 1, 2, 3, Run Poppy, Funeral. Oh wait, there's 1. Ashley's inventions 1 and 2, something down, something that sometimes I just. Who wants to live? Yeah, there's 1 somewhere. Uh-oh. Did I miss something somewhere? Shit.
Huh? What did you miss?
I don't know. Was there something that we missed? Definitely did that one. That's a different story, yeah. I know about you. Then there's this one. Delicate operation. We did that. Did we do delicate operation?
Yep.
Yeah, we did, right? Yeah, yeah. Okay.
This is the coffee. She stole the Australian snack thing.
Oh yes, yes. So that's fisherman. Yeah, we did all the fishermen's. We did the billiards. That's 3. 4 is here. Where's the 5th one on this floor?
The
I
dartboard.
thought it was a dartboard, but
was
it's
the
not. It's
dartboard.
not lighting up.
Really?
So it can't be the dartboard, right? I thought it was a dartboard too, but maybe not. Is it one of these tables?
There was this one that was making the
Ah,
food.
yeah, advisory roll. Yeah, yeah.
It's making the
So
whatever
okay,
dish.
so that's 5. That's 5 in this room. And wait, there's 6 because there's I remember this as
yeah.
well. That's 6 then. What? I missed something somewhere. Is there
Yeah.
anything here?
The plant.
And maybe that's why they put me in this floor because I missed 1 in this floor.
The menu on the these menus.
Yeah, that's what I'm. Oops. That was
No,
fun.
they usually light up when you.
Yeah, yeah. I thought these ones had 1 too, but maybe not. Maybe I'm just misremembering. Maybe it's downstairs.
Should I Google to check?
Yeah. What am I
What is this
missing?
one?
So let me see. Because I'm missing a memory somewhere between Funereal and Funereal and Ashley's Inventions 1. Just go and like find a list of the stories of the memories. Excuse me. Memories. And then we should be able to. There we go. Yeah. Should be able to find the one that we're missing. Okay, so Fisherman 1, 2, 3. So go down to Funereal. Oh, too far.
Oh, maybe it's by location.
No. But, so go because I know which one I'm missing. It's the one after
Oh.
Funereal, and before.
Crucible.
What was it? Funereal between Funereal and Ashley's
Perfectionist.
Inventions.
Outside X laying on tank.
Outside axe laying on tank.
Oh yeah, I think we didn't get that one.
Okay.
I remember thinking that there was an X there, but I don't remember.
Outside axe laying on tank. This one must be this. Whoa. Okay. Whoa.
Okay.
Well, glad we did that. Maddie studied the gentleman at the counter as he raised his glass appraisingly. Her eyes narrowed on the drink in his hand as he took a sip. There was something in the way the man carried himself that irritated Maddie. She was irritated, not mad. Nothing he had done was rude or otherwise improper. If anything, the thing that bothered her was the fact that he seemed too proper. The way his hand rested on the counter felt very deliberate. There was nothing lazy about the way he sat, perfectly upright, or what he did with his hands. One on the glass, the other resting deliberately on the brim of the top hat he had placed on the counter when he walked in. "No," he said. "I'm afraid that's not it." He set the glass down. "Was that better or worse than the previous one?" said Maddie. "Closer, I think," said the man. "But it's hard to tell. You just know it when you taste it, you know?"
You want me to read?
Okay.
Yeah, said Maddie. I know. She picked up the whiskey bottle and began pouring another drink, this time 7 parts whiskey to 4 parts water. She was using the glasses that she'd discreetly marked with measuring points, and she was confident she was pouring to within a centiliter of precision. She slid the glass over to him. "Try this one," she said. "That's still not it," said the man. "It's a fine drink though. I'll gladly finish it." "Let me try one more time," said Maddie. "I assure you, this is a fine drink," said the gentleman. "What I experienced in London was, I'm sure, a once-in-a-lifetime experience. It would be completely unreasonable for me to expect you to replicate it here. Yeah, to replicate it here." I wasn't a broken record. "A good enough drink is perfectly good enough." Something in the way he said good enough made her even less willing to give up the fight. She grabbed the whiskey bottle and was about to begin pouring again when she felt a tap on her shoulder. "Che." In Singapore, I'd be like, "Che." "Can I have a word with you?" said Che. "Shoot." "In back," said Che. Maddie followed Che into the kitchen. "You've got to stop trying to make the perfect water mix," said Che. "You're not cracking some code here. What that guy considers the perfect whiskey is not going to be some perfect formula that will work for everyone from here until the end of eternity. Different people have different tastes." "I'm aware of that," said Maddie. "So why don't you give it up?" "Because I want to give him the perfect drink," said Maddie. He already got the perfect drink in London 20 years ago," said Che. "And every day that passes just makes the memory of that drink more and more unrealistically impressive." I was thinking that. "I know," said Maddie. "That's why I have to make the perfect drink." "I don't understand," said Che. "Che, that perfect drink in London 20 years ago? The one that he still remembers to this day as the best drink of his life? People are supposed to have memories like that. About this place. This is where it's all supposed to come together." "And that's why you can't back down?" "I can back down, but I find it very hard to forgive myself if I do," said Maddie. "Can I tell you a story?" said Che. "Is this story going to suck?" "You won't know until I tell it." "Sounds like a good reason not to tell it then," said Maddie, crossing her arms. "I used to be a logger," said Che. "You work with lumber?" "You never told me." I did tell you that I worked a lot of odd jobs," said Che. "And I figured that alone would be enough to communicate that I'm full of anecdotes about a large variety of subjects, even after you know me for many, many years. I lived a lot longer than I've known you, so it's not like I could convey everything I've ever experienced in the time I've known you." "Au contraire," said Maddie. "Conversation allows you to compress experiences. You could compress an entire day into an answer to the question, 'So what did you do today?'" "You're right," said Che. "But I don't like reducing big experiences to short, pithy statements about what I've done." Hey, you were just complaining about that. "I really feel dirty about just saying I used to be a logger, because there's so much more to that experience than the job title. And I'd like to tell you more about being a logger if you let me." "Alright," said Maddie. "Tell me about being a logger." "I was a logger for 2 weeks back in..." "Wait, 2 weeks? You were a logger for 2 weeks? It sounds to me like you were a non-logger who engaged in logging activity for 2 weeks." Remember they said this about Guang Su and Running Man? Yeah. How he participated or something like that.
How he participates in acting, but is actually a comedian.
Oh no. How he experienced being a model.
Oh yes. Sorry.
"Logger is a title. You have to earn that shit." "Alright," said Che. "Point is, I learned a thing or two about logging." "A thing or two, and probably not much else if it was only 2 weeks." You're right, said Che. Luckily, I only need to tell you one thing. Oh boy, said Maddie. I can hardly wait. What's the one worthwhile thing you learned about logging during those 2 weeks? While you're cutting away at the tree, you actually have to cut away a lot of wood in order to weaken it enough to fell it, said Che. That is, you're not merely cutting a gap in the tree, you're actually removing a part of the tree to weaken it. I really don't like this writer. It's so good. Yeah, I kind of figured, said Maddie. That's why partially cut trees have a notch in them. The logger just has to keep making the notch bigger until the tree collapses. Was that your lesson? You're not acting like yourself, said Che. On the contrary, said Maddie. I'm behaving exactly like myself, and that seems to bother you. Che grimaced. You're right. Can we still play at being teacher and student? Maddie sighed and put her back against the wall, looking down. Yeah. Alright, said Che. He did his best to grin. Maddie gestured for him to go on. You were saying about cutting trees? Alright, said Che. You need to create a notch. But to create the notch, you're removing a part of the tree. You're taking a chip out of it. Uh-huh. It's really easy to get caught up in that when it's happening, said Che. When chips are flying everywhere, the last thing you want to focus on is that big tree that's still standing still. You see a chip flying off elsewhere, and your eyes, and more importantly, your attention naturally wants to follow it to see where it lands. And that's when you start to miss with your swings. The secret to logging is that you can't pay too much attention to the chips. Some of the chips are going to land at your feet, and some of them are going to fly off and harmlessly hit you in the chest, and others are going to disappear from your field of view. But you just have to focus on the tree. Focus on the impact you're making, not the trees. That's the secret of it. You need to focus on the big goal. Thank you for sharing the secret of logging with me, said Maddie. Though it can't be too well kept a secret if it's knowledge shared by people with only 2 weeks of experience. So is that it? Said Maddie. That's it, said Che. That's a story about how you just have to let the chips fall where they may.
For fuck's sake.
Thanks for that bit of folksy wisdom, said Maddie. I'm saving the pretentious wisdom for another day, said Che. Very thin line between folksy and pretentious when you're acting like a genius for having discovered the etymology of common idioms, said Maddie. That reminds me of a story about wire walking, said Che. I'm glad, said Maddie. Maybe I'll even hear the story someday. She stepped out of the kitchen before Che could continue. Maddie returned to the counter. How's the whiskey? She asked. Best thing to happen to me all day, said the gentleman. You could say that this glass of whiskey is the thing that made my day. Thanks, said Maddie. That's all I needed to hear. Yep, and that's it.
Okay.
And what happens now?
Now we have, let me again check real fast. We should have all of the memories now. Yep, there's perfectionist. So there's no more question marks anywhere. Just to make sure we got them all, because with this good of writing, you don't want to miss anything.
I feel like the story about the chips laying where they may is like, you can also take it as don't care about collateral damage, just keep focusing on your goal. I'm gonna get a bit more water. Okay?
Alright. I will run around here. See what it says. Does it still say continue? It does say continue. I like here when she smiles because it kind of looks like she's got fangs. The way that the image makes her stand. There's like 2 fangs coming out the middle of it, but that's actually her bottom teeth and her tongue that you're seeing, right? But it's still pretty funny because to me, it looks like fangs. Felicia is still getting water. So I will be able to pick up our PS5 tomorrow morning. So I've taken the day off so that I can go pick it up and then start setting it up and maybe even play a little bit. But tomorrow night I won't be streaming PS5 stuff. I'll be streaming Hidden Folks on the Switch, which looks like a really fun and adorable game where you just have to find the hidden folks. All right, continue. Likely the last chapter, but who knows? I think so. I think so. We better finish this tonight. We only have another hour left. Slightly less than. Should be, since we finished all the stories, all the memories. I mean.
Maybe we won't have much interactivity now already.
Hmm. Hmm. Hello? Oh. It's creepy.
Is it going to be like a party for Che? I hope so. And not like death knocking.
I played through I finally finished the Bloodlines DLC of Watchdog Legions yesterday, and there's a part near the end that's very much like PT, which is the playable teaser for the aborted Silent Hills game that Hideo Kojima was supposed to do. PT is fucking scary. I can't even like watch other people play it. Never mind, play it myself. Also, it's impossible to play now because you can't get it anymore. And there was a little section in Watch Dogs Legion, like they recreated the fucking hallway exactly, the PT hallway, and it freaked me out. I was like, why am I in this fucking hallway? And like the doors are closing and opening by themselves, and I did not like it. I was not happy. What's going on? Am I supposed to press something? Oh yes, there's an A there though. Oh, these bloody things! Now who's making a mess? Shite! Don't scare me like that, you wanker. You'll, mate, you don't look so good. Hmm? Oh no.
Oh no.
This thing? Yes, Che. It's fine. It very obviously is not. You keep yourself together. Oh no, his atoms are dissipating. Fine. I've only seen this once before. People don't tend to last as long as you or I. And even when they do, it hurts like hell, yeah. Che's never been to hell, but he's pretty sure he wouldn't like it. Does Maddie know about this? Nope. She's got enough guilt to deal with. I'm sure she just believes I'm uncomfortable like Kishan is. What stage is he at? Headaches? Memory loss? We had a bit of a chat about it yesterday. Che. I know. I'm not staying much longer. I'll stop disturbing the balance before long. Balance just means things aren't changing. That's not always a good thing. Some balances need to be upset. Yeah. I agree. Damn the balance.
Yay, Ned.
You're falling apart as I watch. Like I said, I'm not staying long. I cannot believe Maddie's presumptuousness. Maddie likes to resume things. It's easy and it reduces the amount of time she has to spend listening to other people talking. Fair. Hey, cut it out. She realizes that she's messed up, and she's doing her best to make amends. Surely it's too late for that. I don't think so. Come on. Come sit down. Things aren't that bad. No? No. I might be dying, and I might be having to deal with a lot of pain and guilt, but... Guilt? I feel like I failed as a mentor for Maddie. She's not going to regain her confidence for a long time, I think. It's even harder to regain your confidence when you've got no one to confide in.
It's a double.
Yeah, it's a double meaning. In necromancy? And just in general. It's easy to second guess yourself over every little decision after something big like this happens. I'd appreciate if she second guessed herself a little more often, to be honest. I'm sure you would. Anyway, aside from the pain, and the guilt, and the impending death might be the worst kind of death. When death comes, you don't have to worry about it anymore. I feel quite good. Yeah, you sound like you're doing great. Ha. I'm just happy that she doesn't feel like she has to save me anymore. Even if that's just a result of her not managing to pull off the ritual. I don't feel like it was ever about the ritual, was it? No. We tried it the first time just because we were feeling like doing something risky. Something that could give us a little extra breathing room. Breathing room for getting the council off our backs, actually. Getting some space to pursue our studies without outside interference. It's hard to study when someone is constantly looking over your shoulder, especially when you're studying things you're not supposed to be. Oh. But even that was just, I don't know, maybe motivated by spite or something. You've got plenty of reasons to feel that way towards us. You've got plenty of reasons to feel that way towards us. I don't feel that way towards you, mate. You know that, right? I had some doubts. You'll be a constant needle on my side. But you're also one of my oldest friends. And that means a lot more than any sort of affiliation with a bunch of snobbish prudes who wouldn't know innovation if it slapped them in the face. Oof. That doesn't mean I don't miss the good times we had. We were undermining governments before it was cool. You mean the prank letters we kept sending to the Parliament in '77? The Council of Death isn't the only governing body that the Terminal's residents have semi-permanent beef with. Subversive pushes for real democracy. Uh-huh. You know, even when I met you, you seemed like you'd never die. I didn't know anything about you. You had a weird energy around you. I didn't plan on it, really. The plan was to stick around for as long as I wanted to, and then I'll move onwards when I felt like it. The Rolling Stone might be plummeting toward danger, but at least it's not gathering any moss. Do you feel like moving on? I'm getting more comfortable with the idea. Icarus didn't want to fall into the ocean either. But everything's got to fall out of the sky at some point. And Maddie was just trying to catch me. You're not actually okay with this. No, I'm not. Lying to myself is easier than admitting that. I'm gonna miss you, mate. Chase never tried to draw attention to himself, and yet his absence is always felt. I hope you won't forget me.
Aww.
Forget you? I'm gonna stick a photo of you up on the wall in our office. Big one. Ha. But seriously, I want you to know that you've been a good friend. Even though we've taken different paths. When they caught me and pressed me into service, seeing you again was the thing that really brought me back to life. Made me realize I could live like this. Stuck here. Because there was nobody else left for me. Nobody who could see me, at least. You know? I won't forget that. That means a lot to hear. Thank you, friend.
Aww.
Hey, it's
See
a union.
Kishan's necklace?
Yeah. Now we can compare them, in fact. No, his is different, see?
Oh yeah, you're right,
Yeah.
It's a different necklace.
Hey. Although there is something hanging off the front, but it's not at the metal bar that Che has. You alright, mate? Hmm? I'm going to sit here for a bit, if that's okay.
Time for Kishan to go too.
Right here on the ground. If you'd like me to leave, just let me know at any time and I'll let you be. Alright? Kishan's not doing too well either, I don't think. It's a nice day out. The weather here can be a pain in the arse. But days like this, they make it worth it, you know? I love to just sit and let the sun warm me. Sometimes when basking in the sun on a lazy afternoon, Che really does start to feel like everything's going to be alright. It's been a couple of weeks since it happened now. And I feel like the sun's warmth is the only thing that really helps me pull myself together. Yeah, what you're feeling? I'm feeling it too, pretty intensely. Don't worry, it's going to be okay. A few times a day, I totally lose myself. As in my sense of self. And also my physical self.
See,
Yeah.
there's things coming off him.
So that must be what's been going the whole time. We just didn't notice it.
Yeah.
But if you plan on sticking around and taking a position with the council, that'll go away. You definitely don't want to stick around as long as I have. Not to assume intent or anything. I just had a hunch seeing as you were talking to Ned. They're not evil. They're just impartial, which is its own kind of cruelty. I wouldn't judge you if you wanted to stay either. There are plenty of delights hidden in Melbourne's dark corners. Ned can show you around, if you ask nice enough. I'm sorry, mate. I've got to ask. Is this helping at all? Because I'm honestly happy to sit here in silence. I thought you'd appreciate a yarn, though. I thought you'd appreciate a yarn, though. No, it's fine. Alright. So, fun things in Melbourne. I suppose this story starts around the 1860s when I first came over.
Oh.
Yeah. I learned the language pretty quick. Not that it helped with dealing with the colonials, I'm sure. What did you come over for? Gold. Same as everyone else. And so, then he shows me these ridiculous drawings of himself wearing armor. Like a medieval knight.
It's Ned, right?
Yeah, always had an odd noble streak in him. Maybe didn't aim it in the right direction all the time. But then he left before I could help him use it a little more productively. And things changed pretty quickly after that. I see. It's never too late, though. Maybe you'll be able to help him rekindle it, eh? Keep an eye on the candle. Sometimes you need to let it get dim, just to remind ourselves of why we need to keep it burning. Me? Oh, I don't think I could. It'd be easier than you think. I'll have to take your word for it. Okay. Regardless of whether you decide to meddle, do take care of him for me, alright? That man has a lot of pain, and Maddie's not necessarily always the nicest about it. I know that I'm asking a lot. You don't have to coddle him or anything. Just watch out for him when you can. I think I can do that. Thank... You. You heard that, right? What, the noise inside? Yes? Is it something bad? I have a rough idea of what it is. No need to worry. I'll deal with it. And if I don't see you before I go, you will. I'll make sure I'm here. See you in a little bit then.
Is it Ashley?
Yep. Get him, Cooper! Make your creator proud. Palmer, stop slacking. Duck and weave. Kick his ass. That's an order. Ashley. Wah. X. No knife this time? Oh, I see. I mean, what? Turn around. Now, how'd this get... Oh. Yeah, it went straight through you. Oh. Interesting. I'll say.
Aww.
You should perhaps not do this in the future, though. Most people aren't as insubstantial as me. I'm trying to wean myself out of the habit, yeah. You'll notice that this knife is slightly smaller than the previous one. I honestly can't tell the difference. But I'll take your word for it. I'll be throwing butter knives at the back of Maddie's head before we know it. Don't worry. Please don't murder each other after I go. Of course not. No, really. It'd break my heart if you two stopped being friends over something silly. I won't let it happen. Good. Now, what's happening here? Just doing some prototyping for Row Battle Royale. Ah. That name, though. What about it? I just feel like everything's a battle royale these days. It's funny. It's commentary. I have no idea what you're talking about, old man. Never mind. What's the story with these poor things? Cooper and Palmer? I wanted to see if they still remembered Asimov's laws of robotics. Asimov may have been ahead of his time, but he was also a man of his time. And did they? No, Palmer gave me a light stabbing. Oh dear. Are you sure you're alright? Yeah, I like to give them a little taste of blood every now and then. There's nothing like the smell of blood to bring out the predator that's been There's nothing like the smell of blood to bring out the predator that's been kept hidden all this time. Well, they do have like animal souls, right? They were animals before. Makes them fight better. Hungrier. Hungry for victory. And blood. And I'm assuming you'd rather them not follow Asimov's laws. You assume correctly. Please don't let these mix in with the rest. It'll be impossible to tell them apart. Why would that be a bad thing, though? Because they'd be terrible at delivering coffee if they knew they could use the mugs as projectile weapons? I think they'd be extra enthusiastic. I won't, though. Don't worry. I wasn't going to do it in the first place. Look at you, turning into a responsible human being. Hey, you take that back. No, I'm proud. When you see the next generation ready to pick up the torch, you can rest easy knowing that the future is in good hands. With you and Maddie in charge, I feel like I'm going to leave the cafe in good hands. We'll do our best to make you proud, you old fart. What'd I do to deserve that? Getting all sappy on me. Ah. If you'd rather me not talk about it, then that's fine. I feel pretty good about it. Good? People always come and go from here, right? Oh. I suppose you're used to it. I think so. I sort of expected to be all sad and emotional. But this is just another goodbye. Ah. And that's fine. I'm going to be sad, yeah. I'm going to be sad, yeah. But I don't think this is a new feeling. Plus, you're always going to be around here to some degree. Can't have the cafe without the Che. You're a good egg, you know?
Aww.
What? Well, I was assuming there was going to be some kind of pun following that. I would never. Would you not? I probably would. The truth! It's finally revealed! Good. Because I'm great and you don't need any encouragement. Good egg? Really? I called you that because when you're around, it's always a shell of a good time. I'm always cracking up. Ah! Che's skin cracks less than you'd expect from a man of his age, but he's always ready to crack a smile. You've got an excellent poker face there. Don't you like my yolks? Oh! I'm not scrambling the delivery, am I? The absolute worst. He's gonna throw another knife at you.
Okay, I'm gonna go toilet.
What? But we're getting to an emotional...
I know, that's why I have to go to the toilet.
Oh! I have to wait for you before I get to the emotional bit. I'm already teary.
I know what.
Yeah, hurry up! Yeah, Che's dad joke game is on. They're really good. I mean, they're not good because they're dad jokes, but they're really good dad jokes. I've been watching a lot of catching up, I guess you would say. There's a YouTube channel called Raw Paper Shotgun. They like review and talk about PC games mostly. And they have a thing every week where they have mystery Steam reviews, where they quiz. There's two hosts and they quiz each other on mystery Steam reviews, and they're pretty funny. And they had one for Dream Daddy, and the Steam review was like, it's all it is a bunch of dad jokes, and it's not even and it's PG dad jokes at that, or something like that, or something. Basically, the reviewer was not happy that that Dream Daddy was a PG game as opposed to something more R-rated, or possibly even X-rated, depending on that person's taste. Whereas I still think Dream Daddy is a perfectly good game the way it is.
And I got the answers for a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, she did. Felicia was very good the other night. Yes, last night actually. Yeah, where she got Hades and she got Stardew Valley. Yeah. Yeah, was it good?
Okay, I'm not ready.
Well, here we go. Alright. Phew, here you go. Let me know if I can get you anything else. Can't leave you for a moment without you being mean to the customers, can I? You gotta stop appearing out of nowhere, man. Gonna give me heart palpitations. When your heart starts pounding violently inside of your chest, you start to realize just how much you take that thing for granted. But you didn't even jump. I'm very startled. Internally. Maddie wears her emotions on the inside of her sleeve. Well, enjoy it while you can. You're gonna keep using that excuse for everything, aren't you? Might as well, right? I guess I'll let you get away with it. How generous. But you gotta come downstairs and help me figure out some stuff. What sort of stuff? Science stuff. You want to troubleshoot the ritual, don't you? When you go to shoot trouble, bring a long barrel, a good scope, and a patient trigger finger. Yep. And you're sure you want to do that instead of anything else? Uh-huh. Still a mess down here. Sure not gonna burn the place down?
Hmm?
You left a lot of electro fires.
I'm just saying.
What the shit? I don't remember leaving it like this. Oh,
that's
okay.
your question.
Unless you let a gorilla in after I left or something. That didn't happen as far as I'm aware. Oh, duh. I'll just tap into the building's subliminal memory. And here. That absolute rat bag. Magic caps, exotic shocks, and not a single thought for how they're used or for obtaining the proper import licenses or... Arg. I'm gonna have to shut it down. No question. Ah, shit. Well, that's not a good sign. Not surprising, though. Sigh. That's a problem for later. Really? Yep. God, just look at these magic caps. They're totally fried. Maddie, I wonder if we just needed some really big resistors in the circuit. What would they achieve? It'd just get hotter and we'd lose some of the energy. No, I think we maybe had too much energy at that point. So if we dissipated some of it during the second phase, when we were trying to transfer it anyway, it might have stopped the conduit from overloading. Would it not be smarter to just try and transfer less energy in the first place? I think we'd have issues with opening the conduit in that case. We should have drastically rethought our approach after the first time. I'm glad we're having this revelation now instead of at any other time. And given the multi-phase structure of the ritual, it's obvious now that we needed to shift the ways in which we excuse me.
You want me to do it?
In which we were utilizing energy instead of just boosting the amount we were trying to pump into it. Maybe I'm just talking in circles here, but I still believe this is viable, just maybe not with this equipment. Have you got a pen on you? I have to write this down somewhere. I don't believe it's worth it to keep on trying to make this work. I agree that it's probably possible, but what? I can't bear the thought of you getting yourself killed by trying this again. You've already gotten close to hurting yourself twice. But I didn't end up hurting myself. So it's okay. Yes, because I took the hit. Ooh. Both times. And as long as you're trying this, you're going to keep hurting people. And eventually you'll get to the point where you can't bear to see anyone else get hurt through your recklessness. So you'll use yourself as a test subject. And you will die. Get it into your head, damn it. You want to know what it's like to be on the other side of this? Wishing for one more day? One more good day where you can think straight and not have to worry about saying goodbye to your friends for the last time? I keep telling everyone that I'm fine with this, that my time was up anyway. Guess what? It's a lie. I was lying to myself and to everyone else. I'm terrified of leaving. And I'm pissed off, too. Of course I'm pissed off. One life was never enough for me. I feel incredibly guilty, Maddie. And any failing of yours is mine because I didn't teach you well enough. I'm too far gone to fix things, but not too far gone to care. But please, give me this. Don't throw everything away. Nothing is more important than this. Just don't. If you want to respect my memory, all you need to do is remember me. My life's work is the cafe, not this ritual. And I'll be damned if I let you throw that away or throw yourself away just to stroke your own ego. My one regret, my only regret, is chasing that power myself. Stretching myself thin to find extra time, and for what? Some overblown sense of achievement? I regret it. And as I stand on the cusp of oblivion, I realize that I am afraid for the first time. It's new, Maddie, and it burns. I don't want to go. I want one more day. Just one more day. After all this, after you kept me here against my will, without asking me, without taking a second to check whether I was okay with it, at the end, I can't bring myself to take that last step without being pushed. Isn't that ridiculous? It's not. I really am losing it, huh? Everything about me is drifting away. Che, it's not. I'm sorry. Let me finish. I shouldn't have forced you to stay. You're right. And everything you've said is fair and valid and understandable. Except for one thing. You might not feel like it, but you're still the Che I know and love. Doing your best to take care of everyone. Keeping them safe from anything that get in their way. And giving them the space to work things out themselves when they need to. I tried to follow your example, but I guess I didn't stick the landing on that last bit. Wish I could give this another shot. Right from the start. You said earlier that having me in your life was a privilege. Che, the privilege is all mine.
Aww.
You feel guilty for this, and that's fair, but you've changed my life for the better in 1,000 different ways. And I think a lot of other people could say the same. I don't blame you. Maybe one day soon I'll be able to stop blaming myself too. I'm sorry for yelling. You didn't deserve that. It's okay. And you know it's okay to be scared. You can't practice dying. There's no test run for that. There's no test run for that. Even if we'd pulled off the ritual, it would only given you a month or two before things started getting bad again. But desperate times call for desperate measures, yeah. Hey, look at us. A pair of saps, aren't we? I feel like it's healthy, like eating your emotional vegetables. Nah, it's the conversation. This conversation is more like spinach. Spinach is vegetable. As in good in a quiche, or I'd kick your ass if I didn't know my foot would fly right through it. You know. Very fair. I don't know if I can do this without you. Do what? All this. I know things feel overwhelming right now. But believe me when I say that you're the most qualified person in the world to run this cafe. The most qualified living person. You fucker. And I'm the most qualified person to make that judgment. So there. I guess I can't argue with that. You sure can't. I fully believe that you're going to do some great things with this place if you can stop Ned from shutting it down. Don't fall into the mindset of preserving broken things just because they remind you of the past, okay? I won't. Add a girl. There's something I need you to go do. Come find me when you're ready.
Something I need to go do.
Oh, sorry. What was it? Sorry. There's something I need to go do. Yeah, okay. Come find me when you're ready. I won't be too far away. Alright, I will. Oh, Keyshawn is running the cafe. Day 3, 4 p.m. in the terminal. No, not like that. Like this. But you said not to tamp it too hard. Look at it. The coffee just fell out. You gotta tamp it hard enough that it doesn't fall out. You could have told me that before. I didn't expect you to just lightly tap it. Ah! Hey, is this gonna take much longer? I got somewhere to be. It'll be just a moment. It's just a short black. How are you finding this hard?
Oh.
I got this.
You have it, Che. No, you have it, Kishan.
Sometimes you just have to take what life gives you. It's true. Hey, that was meant to be mine, right? We're just exploring synergies and working on disrupting the coffee industry. Please bear with us for just a moment longer. Again. Oh. Don't worry, mate. You're doing fine. Are you gonna make my coffee? Actually, we're gonna close up for the tonight. What? But it's not even getting dark yet. What sort of crappy coffee joint closes at 5 in the afternoon? Basically every place in Adelaide, I think. Yeah. Everywhere in fucking Australia that I've been to anyway. Close at 5 p.m. Because nobody does anything after 5 p.m. apparently.
No, the point is they close at 5 p.m. because they have lives. They carry on after 5 p.m. unlike the rest of us.
But I carry my life out at the cafe. Or at the supermarkets.
So, but they have the
or at
pubs
the
and the
restaurants.
Yeah.
Some restaurants specifically. Remember? The first night we were in Subiaco.
That is true. That
Yeah.
is true. Yeah, but they have pubs which sell food.
I guess that's right.
So technically, they're doing it very.
But we're not there. We're in Melbourne. So just go find coffee somewhere else. Unbelievable. What? What gives, old man? I'm closing because I want to spend time with you lot. Yourself included, Ned. I was beginning to think you'd forgotten about me. Of course not. How long are you planning to sticking around? Not much longer, you old curmudgeon. Ned's temper has always been his undoing. I didn't mean it like that. I know. You should all sit down. I'll make us drinks.
I feel this is dragging out too long.
So I've decided that this is it. I'm gonna head off in a little while. You sound pretty calm about it. I am calm. So I suppose this is... not yet. Alright. You want one too? Yeah, if that's okay. It's not like we have a shortage of curly straws. Well, in that case... Ever say I'm not prepared? Amazing! The man knows what his people need. A rare virtue. A good man is hard to find. Take this staff. Well, it's very much appreciated. I'm just glad to see you all smiling. It shouldn't be a depressing memory. For any of us. Day 3, 5 p.m. outside the terminal. Ooh, that got red. Honestly, it's refreshing to see people's attitudes towards all this. I walked in here and felt pretty comprehensively awful, but being here for this, it's helped. I'm glad to hear that. When you see it so often, it's hard to not develop a more relaxed outlook, you know? Every month we get dozens of people like you. Hey, like us, I suppose. If I have the power to help people be at peace before they move on, why wouldn't I exercise it? You're always too nice. Better too nice than too harsh, generally speaking. Sigh. Not sure about that. I'm sad.
Oh.
I'm sad about this. Just wanted to make that clear. But I'm gonna be okay. Promise. Thank you, little P. Hey, I need to ask you a favor. Me? All of you, actually. I need you to look out for Maddie for me. She's gonna need some extra love for a while. Of course. Yeah. Alright. I know you two have had your disagreements. No, it's fine. I'll play nice. You have my appreciation. Hey, can't really say no, can I? Oh, you better bet I'm milking this. I'll allow it. Any chance you'll come along with me? Absolutely not. I've got things to get done here. Can't be gallivanting off to higher planes when I'm drowning in obligations. Ned spends most of his life not taking responsibility for his actions, so this council gig has really been a change of pace for him. Well, can't blame you for that. Ned spent his life. Speaking of Maddie, where is she? I think she's upstairs somewhere.
Oh.
I'll go up and join her shortly. Will you be coming back down? I don't believe so, no. I see. Is there anything you three would like me to do for you before we go? Any special requests? Nothing for me. I'd ask for a special drink or something, but I'm sure Maddie knows all your recipes. Recipes are a convenient way to store knowledge and pass it to the next generation. Hopefully they can be trusted with the responsibility of handling it. You'd be correct there. Ashley? All I require from you is... That's a good face. Your soul. No, you goofball, I need that. Well, in that case, can I have your stuff? You can fight Maddie over it. I say fight, but she'll give up pretty easily. Nice. Ned? Anything you want before I go?
Oh.
Give him a hug. Don't leave me. Ned always told himself this day would come, but he never really believed it. Sorry, I didn't catch that.
Aw.
Don't worry about it. I ought to be doing things for you anyway. Running errands, grabbing milk from the servo, you know. Ha. Man, the sun's getting low. The sun's getting real low. I gotta go in a moment, I'm afraid. Are you scared? Nah. Cool. Oof. Feeling old. Not half as old as you deserve to be feeling, I reckon. Trust me, I'm feeling it. Now. Oof.
Aw.
I'm gonna miss you. I'm gonna miss you too. I wish you didn't have to go. Me too. It's been cool. Definitely.
Yeah, it's only known him 3 days.
Yeah, I'm glad you came in. Yeah, me too. Maybe I'll see you someday in the future.
Yes, you will!
I'd like that. Not too soon. Of course. Ned, I've got to go. Still can't believe you were the first one out of us to go. Life is full of surprises.
Was he from his gang or something?
Aww.
This stupid kid.
Hey friends, just got internet set up at our new home in time to see the ending. Yeah, Eugene, we're quite close to the end. Also, welcome back to New York. Congrats.
Did you move back to New York?
Yeah.
Oh.
I say welcome back like I'm there. I'm not there.
BTS is in New York right now. Say hi to them for me.
Wherever I end up, I promise there'll be a place for you there. Any place can be home if you've got friends to keep you company.
It is sad. We're both gonna cry.
Yeah.
I'm crying already.
We're gonna get there. Thank you. I'll always be proud of you, no matter what.
No.
Think if Ned had eyes. All right, enough of that. Fair enough. See you around, mate. And you. I thought he said he was gonna go upstairs.
Maybe he went upstairs.
Oh.
Don't know. Oh, I think he's gonna look for Maddie.
Oh, not the city, is it? Are you somewhere on Long Island or upstate? For some reason, I thought you were going back to the city. What the hell is this? Maddie maintained her calm. His body had laid here for weeks, now gently moldering. He'd refused to visit again after the first time. Oh, is this his grave? She didn't blame him. Can you really expect anyone to be cheery about the prospect of sweeping leaves off their own grave? But she didn't mind doing that job anyway. She'd always liked gardening, bringing things to life. Oh, Poughkeepsie. Oh, okay. thought they couldn't leave the cafe until it was time for them to go.
No, Maddie's not.
No, but I mean, because Che came with her,
Oh.
right? That's what he meant.
Oh.
Oh, you guys again. So I know that Ashley built us, but as the owner of the venue, aren't we technically bound to Che? What is the implication here? When he's gone, what happens to us? Huh. We'll be fine, right? What are you thinking? I don't know, it didn't really cross my mind until now. Worst case scenario, we all just vanish. And worst case scenario, we vanish painfully. Thanks for that. I feel way better now. We'll probably do. Probably. Oh, they probably mean their souls, right? Because they have the animal souls. How long until we find out? Should be any minute now. Well, this has been fun. Guess we'll just wait and see. I guess. Here we go. I guess we're not going to start a new story today. It's already 11:17.
Oh yeah.
Thought we'd be done with this faster. But there was a lot of story left to go.
After this, I have to watch something funny, like BTS at the UN.
Yeah. Is that funny or just uplifting?
It's uplifting.
Yeah.
But it's also funny.
I hope you won't forget me. Wait, am I walking around again? Oh, but I'm at the... Wait, where's Maddie? Wait.
You have to walk to the tournament.
Oh. Oh.
You're Che now, I think.
I think I was Maddie. Oh. I'm exiting all the places. Is this like the last chance? No, because they don't light up anymore. So just when we exit the place, it does that. Oh, that's interesting.
It's good gameplay.
Hmm.
It's like they're turning off the lights.
Yeah.
Remember the last episode of Cheers, and then they turned off
Yeah.
the lights. The sound is really good too.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, it's the train.
You have to get on.
Yep. It's the terminal. I didn't realize it would manifest as a train. Ooh. I can't actually move. I can look though. This looks like water almost outside. Like it's going over the sea.
Oh, this is where
Oh,
Maddie
this is where Maddie was, yeah.
Mm.
There she is.
I guess because she's the boss, she can.
Ferry?
Yeah.
I mean, maybe. So she was waiting for him. Oh, so by upstairs he meant not upstairs in the cafe. He meant the last point before. Hey, old man. Hey, you. How you doing? Fine, I guess. That's good, I think. That's good, I think. Yeah, I think so. Why is this so awkward? I've never had to do this before. Not even as the one who's got to sweep up the mess afterwards. Not like this, no. Gotta say, I'm a little surprised. Life has a way of taking you for a loop like that. So, are you gonna... No, not yet. Let's sit for a few moments. It won't hurt. Sure. I'm sorry if this is kind of weird, but I can't get over this one thing. I'm here, sitting right here. But I'm also over there. You know? Feeling a little conflicted about it? Definitely. So you could say you're about of two minds about it. I'm not going to dignify that with a laugh. Can't say I didn't try. But seriously, that's my grave. My body's right there. How weird is that? It is pretty weird, yeah. I don't feel quite as weird as I did when I was helping you bury it, though. Fair. Grave digging. All the manual labor of gardening with none of the rewards. You don't reckon I'm gonna grow into a beautiful tree? Buddy, you're already a wise old oak. Dead wise old oak. Struck by lightning, yeah. So, you don't think anything's gonna grow out of me? Not unless you swallowed a bunch of seeds without me noticing. Afraid not. What if I swallowed a bunch of watermelon seeds before I passed away? Would then there be a watermelon patch growing out of me?
It's possible.
I don't really know what you're meant to do when you're about to pass on.
Probably fruit better than my plants.
I'm not prepared at all. Am I meant to be doing? Am I meant to be doing extra self-care or something? You're better at all that stuff than I am. Yeah, man. Get yourself a bath bomb, light some candles, charcoal face mask. The whole shebang. Is that supposed to sound appealing? Yep. God, I'm out of touch. I made a bath bomb once, but it flattened a city block. And then some. Goodness, you were such a hellion. That's why I took you in. Because I saw that attitude in you, too. Bomb-making revolutionary? No, you're a born pioneer. When you put your mind to something, you'll never stop pursuing it until you get it done or kill yourself in the process. I'll try to avoid getting into the habit of assembling bombs then. Phew. Don't get me wrong, though. The bath bomb in question was definitely meant to be the sort that smells nice. For real. It was just a little bit too fragrant. It was just a little bit too fragrant in the end. Amazing. That aside, I think it's hard to mess up lighting some candles, probably. You think I just carry scented candles with me wherever I go? Yes. I don't know what to tell you, man. I don't have any. Damn it. Tell me you've got some downstairs at least. Yeah, but I'm not going back to get them. Literally his last wish. No, that's fine. After I'm gone, put a few around, maybe to remember me.
Aww.
I'll light them all up for you, don't worry. Cafe's gonna stink of chamomile for weeks. That's perfect, I think. Yes. That blade of fern or grass or whatever that is called. Now, I think it's about time. What do you think? This one's your call. As it should have been the whole time. Come on, let's go have a look at your work, eh? It was always about time. That's very Chinese, isn't it?
The music also.
It's very minimalist. I like it. Hush you. The dramatic reveal. Very swish. Can't write history till it's happened. No, I suppose not. What's this written down here? Maddie, did you put poetry on my headstone? Pfft, give it a read. We see but dimly through the mists and vapor.
Vapor.
Amid these earthly damps, what seem to us but sad funereal tapers may be heaven's distant lamps.
Oh. Take a picture.
We see but dimly through the mists and vapors, Amid these earthly damps, what seem to us but sad funereal tapers may be heaven's distant lamps. That's comforting. Chin up, old friend. It's just another step. We just gotta keep on putting one foot in front of the other. No matter where we're going. You told me that back when I was depressed, when I was a depressed mess who wandered in looking. You told me that back when I was a depressed mess who wandered in here looking to hide from everything. Throwing my own advice back at me. You monster. Hey. I guess I should stop dawdling anyhow. You do you. I feel guilty for swinging back and forth on you. Being anxious, then eager, then scared, then brave. It's cool. I'm not going to have a go at you for it. And you have every right to feel complex feelings about this specific, very scary thing. Thank you. But I can't do this. I can't stand here making you wonder if I'm going to do it or not. I need to do it now, or I'll never leave. Maddie, It's okay, mate. Take a deep breath. Take it in. Let it all out. Okay. Alright. Maddie? Yeah? You got this. We'll see each other again.
Don't turn around and look, Maddie.
He's gone.
Bye, Che.
Bye, Che.
This game is stupid. We should find out if the writer has done anything else. What about Kepler and...
Nope.
Oh, that's it?
That's it. This is really good.
Is there going to be an after scene?
Maybe. Yeah,
We'll
Damon
see.
Reese. They're
Yeah.
Oh, they didn't write the other stories though.
Oh.
Somebody else, other people did.
This Joe Liu guy did a lot of art.
Yeah. Oh, this is very clearly a small team. Like a lot of the names are repeated over and over and over again. This was a small team.
It's a lot of Asian people.
Mm.
This is an Australian production?
Yeah. QA. Yeah, Damon Reese also QA tested.
Oh, I kind of miss everybody already.
That was very good.
It was not too emotional. They didn't try to milk it too much. It's but the light moments are very heartbreaking.
Yeah. I didn't even hate Ned at the end.
Well, Ned was never... He was hateful in moments.
In moments, yeah.
Yeah. And that's why it's such a good character.
Mm.
In my head canon, I'm gonna think that they all meet each other at the end.
Wherever that is. Yeah. Maybe he's just in Valhalla or the Elysian Fields
In another nicer cafe where it doesn't hurt so much to
Yeah.
hang around.
or at all. Doesn't hurt at all. Well, we're very sad now and emotional, and we're waiting to see if there's an epilogue of some kind. Oh, okay, that's cool. They're fairly active on Victoria. They're fairly active on Twitter as well. But I haven't, like, they don't allow, like, you can't, what's the word? I guess they have to allow you to reply to their messages, I think, probably for horrible reasons. Like they've had to face horrible things, maybe. Thank you for playing.
This is way better than Doki Doki Literature.
Yes, well, this had good emotions as opposed to horrifying ones.
Yes. Good emotions are better than horrifying
That's
emotions.
correct. Even, there is something.
Mm.
I figured there would be.
Yay.
A few days later, 2 p.m., the terminal.
It's nice to see, like when you have a sad ending, right? It's nice to see people carry on after.
Yeah. Yeah, Eugene, it's very, very good. All done. Looks pretty good. It's got the right number of legs and everything. And 50% less homicidal impulses. Yay! I think. We're still aiming for 100% less, right? Sure, I guess. Well, it's progress, I suppose. Maddie? Yeah? Why is the ground outside on fire? Oh. Oh? What the hell? Oh, brother. Hey, is that? You ready? Yeah. Tish. Wretched, isn't it?
It's Kishan.
You know what this place needs, pal? Are you smoking, Kishan? Tell him. What? I don't actually know what this place needs. I was hoping I'd have thought of something by now. Sigh. You guys done? I guess. Great. You better pick up that cigarette, Kishan. What? I will. I didn't mean to be disrespectful. That was a cute tough guy act you two had going there. Yeah? Very convincing. An enforcer is required to be imposing. It's in the job description. Oh no, don't fire me. He's not going to fire you. He's too much of a big softie for that. I am not a softie. Sure you aren't. You're basically a giant teddy bear with a metal hat. Hey, hold on. You joined the council, Kishan? Yeah, actually. You're not going to tell her now, are you? Huh? I thought we were going to do a little build-up. Tell me what? Oh, Too much pressure! Tell me, you weasel. Don't be rude. Necromancer baristas are required to be mean to council staff. It's in the job description. He's done a good thing for you. You ought to know. Oh, well, in that case. What's up, bud? Come on. I can't handle the suspense.
Me too.
Well, last night we ended up in the archives. The council archives. Kishan went in with a particular goal and dragged me along. Hey, you didn't protest that much. Anyway, you might want to sit down for this. Okay. I managed to wipe your debt. Wait! Is this a bad practical joke? No, he's telling the truth. Turns out that there's some old bylaws that have loopholes and... Well, you're not going to believe this, but the council allows payment of debt in a bunch of weird ways. Yes, we really ought to fix that. And one of those ways is through the voluntary sacrifice of a soul. Wait, what? So I was able to sacrifice myself by joining the council and wiped your outstanding debts at the same time. Well, that's silly. Huh? So you guys get to do as much human sacrifice as you like. But as soon as I'm doing it, I'm a menace and upsetting the natural order. Maddie. Yes, Nettie dearest? Pull your head in. Ahem. You're right, I apologize. Kishan, you didn't do this just for me, did you? Are you sure you're okay with this? No, I promise this is fine. I wanted to stay. I was way too afraid to pass on. And I thought the council was interesting and I wanted to learn more about it. Nen might have talked me into it a little bit. but I absolutely promise that I didn't feel pressured into it. I made this decision on my own. I don't know what to say. Just consider it as me repaying the kindness I was shown when I walked in. I was really, really freaked out, and you all helped me a lot with that. Ah.
Aww.
Aw. Oh, she's very short compared to him. I didn't realize she was that. Thank you.
She's a tiny Asian girl.
Yeah. I didn't realize she was that tiny, though. Thank you so, so much. So, we're going to be okay? As long as you stay on the straight and narrow from now on, yes. Cool. Reckon you'll be able to do that, Maddie? Yeah. I'll do my best. No more illegal rituals. No more illegal rituals. Promise. I'll stick to the legal stuff for as long as I can. I suppose that'll have to do. I understand that you're somewhat of a stuck record in this regard, and I'm trying to make my peace with that. Aw, look at you two, making friends. Wholesome. Please just try and keep your head down. I will, yeah. Gonna be hard to cause too much trouble if you keep rating my suppliers anyway. Sorry, just doing my job. Yeah, can't fault you for that. Anyhow, I'm afraid we've places to be. So soon? We only just got here. I told you we were only popping in for 5 minutes. We've got paperwork to do. Ugh, responsibilities. Catch you two later. Thanks again.
Bye, Kishan.
I appreciate it a lot. You're welcome. Anytime. That's weird that they have a fire
portal
door.
of hell.
Yeah. That's not very
Oh, it's steampunkish, I guess.
I mean, that's very clearly fire. Yeah, I mean, that's what Ashley called it too. Why is the
Yeah.
floor on fire? Yeah, see, it's fire.
Fire and brimstone lah.
Yeah, that's I think the council is hell. Ugh, I'm gonna have to scrub those off. Are we gonna do it now? Nah, I'll do it later. Right now, though, everything's pretty calm, so I was thinking we might close up early. What was that? Damn it, what is it now? Oi! You better clean that up, you little monster. Is this Lovelace, or... Is he trying to tell us something? What the hell is that? Oh. What is it? It's Lovelace and Kepler. Hey, watch it! Oh, there's a letter in it.
Oh.
It's a plant? What's with the envelope? Smells nice. What's the card say? It's from Che. Oh. The time for regrets and apologies is long past. All we can do is look forward to the future with a smile on our faces. Don't obsess over what could have been, please. I know you're going to do great things and you don't need my help for that. This is my last gift to you, my apprentice. You kept saying that you needed this, so I went out and got it. I think that even though some people claim to be ready for what lies next... Okay, this is... Like, I know this is very, like, moving and stuff, but this is far too much text for this postcard.
I was just thinking.
There's no way you fit all this on this postcard.
Everyone wants a little more time. He gave her time.
He gave her time.
Take a picture, take a picture.
That's a very good pun. Everyone wants a little more time. Che. Hey, are you okay? Of course not.
Aww.
The bastard couldn't resist playing one last joke on us, could he? I'm okay.
Aww.
Seriously, a pun, and I can't even give him a withering look in response. I mean, he was just quoting you, wasn't he? Yes, he was.
I'm gonna go try and grow time.
Let's go hang this up.
And it answers the fact that Jacoby Kepler. What about?
Jacoby, yeah. Jacoby's the one we're missing. That was Lovelace and Kepler.
Yay, more time.
I know it's just us two now, but I think you'll always be here in some form, right?
Yes.
I think so, yeah. Can't get rid of him that easily. Alright, let's close up. What are we gonna do? I was thinking of heading to the hardware store. Everyone keeps saying we need more plants in here. Why stop at one? It should be the end. That was a good epilogue.
Yeah, I like it when they show like how people have moved on, and it's
Or are
bittersweet.
moving on. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's always bittersweet.
Yay!
That was a very good. That's a very good game, and we'll be back next week to do one of. We'll choose one of them, one of the side stories, and do them. I mean, we'll do both. I think we'll do both eventually, but we'll start with one obviously, then and finish that off before we start the next one. But yeah, this is really good, and I recommend it. Obviously, you've seen it all at this point if you've been watching, but still. Go do it because it's great.
I think
it's
I'll
really
watch it. I'll watch it again, just like to get angry at how good the writing
good.
is.
So good.
Yeah.
It's really good.
It's like the dialogue is fantastic. The characterization is fantastic. Like they had deep emotional moments and really good humor.
Yeah.
Like, look, this really needs to be a book
Yeah.
that I can read or a comic.
I do want to edit some of the this person said bits. 'Cause I think
But that's like a minor thing.
Go do something happy now. Yes, we will. Tomorrow, I'm playing Hidden Folks in a damn playthrough's backlog. It's a very small, cute game, adorable game, where you have to. It's like basically like Where's Waldo or Where's Wally. You have to find the hidden folks, and there's a lot of adorable sounds that are apparently all made by human mouths, but like different sound effects, right? That are made by human mouths, and it sounds pretty cool. And Thursday, like I mentioned earlier, tomorrow I'm actually taking the day off. I'm going to the store, I'm picking up our PS5, and I'm going to bring it home and spend the whole day setting it up and downloading stuff and maybe even playing a couple of games just to set it up. But Thursday, I will be streaming extra long, 4 or 5 hours. I'll be starting extra early at 7 or 8 a.m., 7 or 8 p.m. Singapore time, and going until midnight, and just playing different games on the PS5 because I'm excited. I'm very excited. And that's that. And then this weekend I'll play Psychonauts to make up for not playing it on Thursday. If I can stream both nights, I'm not sure if I will be able to both weekend nights. I will also start Marvel's Avengers, the War for Wakanda DLC, the Black Panther DLC. Yay, PS5, that's right. And then next Tuesday we'll come back to Necrobarista and play one of the two shorts or side stories. I don't actually know how short they are. I don't think they're going to be as full length as the main game was.
Well, maybe if we finish fast, then we can do Heaven's Vault, like start Heaven's Vault. Yeah,
in case the two stories are actually quite short.
I doubt so.
I doubt so though. Yeah, we will start Heaven's Vault as well, but I don't think so. It'll take us at least two more sessions, I think, to do the two side stories. But yeah, this is the main game. This is fantastic, and I can't wait for the side stories. It's not the same writer. It's not Damien Reese who did the two side stories we just saw on the credits, but that doesn't mean they're going to be bad. I think they'll still be good. He's the lead writer.
Yeah.
They are the lead writers. Excuse me.
They are.
They are the lead writers. So yeah, maybe we'll see what the other stories are due. Yeah. There's more Necrobarista. There's 2 side stories, Eugene. I'm very excited.
It's really good, Eugene.
Yeah,
like
super good.
Like
you saw the ending, obviously, but like everything, like the whole journey is so good.
Yeah, I don't think it matters.
I don't think it matters.
Like,
it was a surprise to us when we found out, but honestly, I don't think it matters. If anything, it throws the whole thing in a slightly new light, right? Of it. So now I do want to go back and just kind of watch our playthrough just to see the whole thing again. It's really good. All right, we are done. We are actually 15 minutes over time, and it's almost midnight here. We did start late though, so it's not a big deal. But yes, I will see you tomorrow.
I will be working.
Yeah.
On Wednesday and Thursday while Dan is doing all his stuff, and it's my turn to write this week as well.
That's right. So I'll be playing PS5 all weekend long. Woo!
You should thank me. I removed the writing from you.
Oh, actually, I should be able to play both weekend nights because we're not going anywhere. So I'm pretty sure I'll be able to play both Psychonauts and War of Wakanda this weekend. Fingers crossed. All right. Thank you for joining us. Thank you, Joe. Thank you, Eugene. Thank you, anyone else who was watching. Appreciate it, as always. Like and subscribe. And I'll see you tomorrow for Hidden Folks.
Bye. Bye.